Everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode, or at least the first real episode of Arknights. This is going to be a reroll guide specific to PC, going through all the problems I faced and error codes like 403 and all such things like that. To start off with, we're going to use BlueStacks 4 as we always do on PC. Link in the description below. Right now, it's an Epic 7 link. It doesn't matter. It will still download you the emulator. Just click download Epic 7 on PC. And then once we get the right link up there, we'll link it in there. So after we do that, we're also going to need another thing here. And again, this is for PC specifically, so keep that in mind as we go through this. You can do this with iOS and all sorts of other things as well, but I specifically am making this for PC. So what I do is go to APK Pure and go to Arknights. You can do this other ways as well. This is just the way I like to do it. And I download the APK here. It's 1.1 gigs. This is going to make it so no matter what you do, you're only going to have to download the game once. So once you have those two things installed, just run BlueStacks Multi-Instance Manager and you will be with this right in front of you pretty much. So we're going to start absolutely fresh, and it's very, very important you do things exactly like I say. This game is very persistent. It's very persistent. This has been one of the hardest games I've had to reroll, even though the rerolling itself has been very easy. So I start with a new instance, and I do not do any cloning with this game. I did it at the start, and I believe you get semi-IP ban, which is the 403 error, so we'll run into that and we'll show you how to fix that as well. So I go through fresh instance and I just create 5 fresh new instances, or however many you want to run. I'm gonna lower the amount I run this time just because it goes a little bit smoother on camera. So we're gonna just open up a couple here. I'll select all 3 like this, and we're just going to hit start. This is going to start 3 of them up here. They're going to be on my other screen, but I'll move them over here. So the first thing I specifically do is say no to Google Play. I'll do it later right here. And this is one of the reasons why we used APK Pure. So what we're going to do is hit install APK here. And this is going to allow you to do this here. So we're going to select the APK we picked. We're going to do this for all of the instances. We have to do this manually. This is something that I don't usually do with games, but this one does not really allow you to clone, which is why we're doing it this way. And again, this makes it so you only need to do this once. Only the download once. That's really, 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 really important. And also there's a lot of other things that cause problems, like the maintaining of app data and stuff. So we'll cover those once this is finished. Just give it 1 second here. Okay, once the little cogwheel is done on all your instances here, mine is finished here. I just want to show you a couple other things that might be causing you problems. So if we click up open apps here, we can click on Android settings. If you ever logged in with your Google account, I would really recommend removing it right here. There's just no reason to have your Google account tied into it. It just kind of screws things up at the start if you're doing this type of re-rolling. There's also 2 other spots. If you go to applications at the top right, then find Arknights here, and you do not need a rooted phone to do this, by the way. And then click on storage. You can hit clear data. That also helps. And one final step that will cause login issues, specifically your logins to be the same if you don't fix this, is going into Google here. And you don't have to do this if you did it exactly like I did it, but if you did any sort of cloning or whatsoever, this is something that's going to have to be fixed. Click on ads and then hit reset advertising ID. So if we look at the bottom, this number cannot be the same as any of your other instances the game, so keep in mind that has to be super different. So if you're wanting to run multiple instances with BlueStacks, you can just hit at the top sync operations, and then you can select all. I can generally run like 8 to 10 pretty easily, but again, there's always worries about IP bans and stuff if you're running too many instances at once, so keep that in mind and be warned going forward, although it doesn't seem to be permanent with this game. And now we're finally ready to start up the game. And because we imported the APK, we don't have to do that 1.15 whatever gig on each account. I just hit deny here. I don't like them having access. I don't know if it matters or not, but deny is what I hit. So once we load this up here, we're going to have to do a 15 meg download on every instance you do, I believe 15 megs. So we'll click through. Recording videos like this actually takes more processing power than all the emulator instances, which is why this does take a little bit on my side of things. For anybody wondering, my PC, I've got a 3770K, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 1070. I know I get asked that a lot. Might as well just spout it out here. So it's doing the 15 meg download here. This is one I believe you have to do every single time, so keep that in mind. God, I don't even notice how much slower this is recording. It's so much faster without recording. So we hit understood here. It's gonna do some thinking. We then log in as guest. We do not want to log in as anything else just because it binds, and we want to bind it after. We'll hit the check mark here. It's gonna ask you your name in a second as well. One thing about names in this game, you can have as many people with the same name as possible. I really like that, because then you don't have to worry about like having the same name on your rerolls. So I just changed my name right here, pick Mango 7 roll, and then we hit OK, and now we're gonna get launched into the game. You can click skip here at the top. I really do recommend reading the story, but what I do is I reroll, keep the account I want, and then go back and do the story on a fresh account, and then continue on my main. I don't read the story at the start while I'm rerolling, because that would be ridiculous. So we just have to click through here. It's a little bit annoying to do, but it's fine, and it's pretty quick. It's like a 5-minute reroll process in actual game. So we'll just click through here, click. Once it tells you to drag stuff, we can click and drag here, and then click and drag this way. Now we just gotta wait a little bit. There is a 2x speed, but it pops up every now and then after this stage, and it makes you re-click it, which is just infuriating. So that's unfortunate. So we'll bring our second in here, drag her over here as well, and now we just kind of wait a little bit. This stage is obviously really easy. In fact, all the reroll stages are very easy. So after those are dead, I believe we just need to keep spamming. Yeah, it tells you all the stuff that doesn't matter. We'll hit mission complete, and we will just spam click. So we're just gonna skip again, skip the story. Yep. Can you hear me frantically clicking right now? We're gonna click. We have a 2x speed, yay! And then you're like, this is awesome. We're 2x speed. This is so fast. This is great. And then somebody talks in a second, and it goes back down to 1x speed like a jerk. So we have to keep clicking again. We'll have to use her special thingy. Then we'll have to click 2x speed again. But once she talks, it goes back to 1 time. So we click 2 times again. Really annoying, you have to keep doing this, but it is what it is. So we'll 2x speed again here. Click. And again, click 2x speed. This one's only for a second again. I know I don't need to show this part of the rerolling process, but a lot of people get confused on how far in you have to go in games and stuff like that. So I really like to clarify this part for people too. So again, 2x speed, she talks, goes back to 1. Oh, the story is awesome, by the way. I really enjoy the story. It's hilarious, it's fun, it's lighthearted, it's warming, it's all of the above, and it makes me really like the game and really like the characters. So really excited. So this should be over in a second, and I believe we have one more stage after this. This is approximately the time where I get my error 403. It happens to me nearly 100% of the time. I'm not sure what triggers it. It only happens to some people, doesn't happen to everybody. And to fix this, I usually just have to wait a couple minutes, or if you have a VPN, you can toggle locations on your VPN, which is what I do, and it should fix it right away. But it still happens every time you do this. So just keep in mind as you go forward. One thing I can recommend is as we click on this next area, do it staggered. So click it into each individual instance instead of syncing it. And we'll show that in a second. This is the first tutorial summon here. Human Resource Department. Nice. Hiroyuki, she looks awesome. So we're just going to spam click. All of the clicks. So we're getting into about the time where I should crash. I'm sure I'm not going to because I'm recording, but every other time I will crash right as we click the start button here. So I'm going to hit start, and I'm going to stagger my mission starts just to see if it doesn't kick me out. And we do get kicked out right after I hit skip right here, generally. So I'm not sure if it's going to do that to me. I think we made it. We made it through. Nice. Okay, so this is usually where I get error 403'd. So if you get error 403'd here or somewhere else, this is where you just have to kind of pause for a bit, go to the bathroom, come back, or swap VPNs or something like that. It's just a temporary IP ban. There's not much you can really do about it if it starts happening to you. And then this stage, we're just going to put it up to 2 times speed. Doesn't really matter who you use here because everybody will have somebody slightly different. But you can just toss some in, 2 times speed, you're good to go, and just toss in a couple more when you get there. Actually, don't think you need anybody more than this, but I want to put her in because she is super cool looking. Oh, she throws her shield. That's really cool. I like it. I like it. She is cool. And we're almost done already. We are almost done, which is actually pretty impressive for rerolling. I really enjoy the reroll system here, outside of the problems I've had to kind of solve it like this. So we're going to hit skip again here. Cross our fingers we don't get booted. We don't. Nice, 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 nice. I think this is the literal first time I have not been booted from this spot. Maybe it's because I'm only doing 3 instead of my usual like 8-ish. So we're just going to spam click through. We need to do one more stage, I believe. Or maybe not. Maybe we can stop here. So we're just going to accept everything we can once we get control. So we've got control here. So I'm actually just going to do tier 1. I think we need to do tier 1. So we're just going to do that. This is usually where I crash. So this part is new to me. But after doing tier 1, very, 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 very easy stage as well. So we can just grab somebody here, set him right here, put him this way, grab her, put her this way, and then 2 times speed. And it should be over really quick. And this is the last stage we will need to do for re-rolling. And then we'll show you a couple little options to do. There's a couple ways you can re-roll in this game, and there's a lot of different characters you can actually re-roll for. So we'll grab Hibiscus here. I love that name. Put her up this way. There's a couple characters you can re-roll for. There are a ton of tier lists and guides and stuff like that. Me personally, I am rolling for Silver Ash. Not only is he the best, but he's also like the best looking husbando. It really is up to you for that though. I actually usually put her right over here, and nobody ever gets by. I put her in the wrong spot. I'm not actually sure what happens when somebody gets by. Apparently you still win. That's kind of cool to know. So we get Hibiscus. She is adorable as always, and we're just clicking through. We only got a 2-star. Nice. Go us. We're the best. Failing the training mission. So at this point, we can go back to the home area. And this is where we're going to have to start accepting everything here. Got our login bonus. We've got that. We've got our main stage. We need to click this one here. A lot of people don't click that. Make sure you click that. Hit the X, and there we go. We can start clicking the mail. Just hit accept all. We will get a, what's her character? Savage. Everybody gets her. We'll also get a ton of other things as well. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll go into here. I think we can do mission as well. Click this and grab these rewards. And that's all the rewards here we've got. And then we can click into Headhunt. And there's a couple options. This is where the decision actually has to be made. One of them is you can roll on this one here, which is only these 6 units, or only these 6 units here, but you will be guaranteed one of them. But this stays for a long time, perhaps ever, I think. So it's not something you need to do right away. So one of these 6 you will get for sure if you do this one. Alternatively, you can do what I'm doing and other people are doing and do a roll on the normal banner. This does take a little bit of extra currency if you are re-rolling the way I'm re-rolling, but you can get much more 6-star units. There's 4 more, I think, that are in this one that aren't in the other one that make it better in the end, I would say, because you can get the RNG part out of the way from this one and then get the guaranteed after. At least that's my plan. Specifically people to reroll for. People love Exkusai, people love Silver Ash as well, but outside of that, I haven't really seen too many stands out. Those are the ones you really want to go for if you're looking for power. At least that's the going thought process behind people. So we're just going to do Headhunt 10. It will have us use a little bit of Originate Prime, which is not a good thing, but just for good RNG at the start of the game, it's worth doing. So we can do this, and you can get a bunch of 6 stars from this. It's not limited in any way. We can hit the skip button. And we got nothing at all. So this account, we're just going to reroll and start again. We're going to hit Headhunt. We get 3 rolls of this as well. Usually I probably wouldn't do this if I had a bad 10 pull just to save some time, but it's fun to do anyway. So we're just going to click through this again. We didn't get anything on any of the accounts, by the way, and the rates are actually really solid in this game. I got somebody named Rope, and she looks super, super, super cool. So one more. Croissant. Nice. Fire waifu, let's go. Okay, so now that we're done this, we're going to want to re-roll. So to do this, we just click the X at the top. We're going to click More Apps. We're going to go to Android Settings. We are going to just completely get rid of everything here. We're going to go to Apps, to Arknights, to Internal Storage, to Clear Data. And this will reset your account again. If you're having problems past that, go to Android Settings, go to Google. Go to Google, click Use Stupid Thing, go to Ads, and then hit Reset Advertising ID. This is mainly where things cause people problems. And then we can load it up again and try for another reroll. So I hope this helped people out, and I hope you get good luck, and let me know what you get in the comments below. I tried to do this as clear as possible because there are so many roadblocks in this reroll process that if you don't do very specific things, you're gonna have a bad time. So please, please, please try to do exactly what I did. And if you still have problems, let me know, and I can try to help you out, especially if you PM me on Discord in the Arknights section or something like that. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all those shenanigans if this helped you out, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.